Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing Nancy Finch Nan Talks, and everyone knows that Nan can talk. Hello, I hope you're having a lovely day so far. Oh, it's been really nice here. I always like to record these and then place them on Facebook in a couple of days, and I really love it when I get your positive comments about how you've used my exercises in whatever I'm doing. So I've had quite a few good feedback comments about last week's. Last week's talk was about the 10 Commandments of Self, which was really good, and I really enjoyed doing that one. This week is all about touchstone, and this is basically an idea of that you can get a stone. This is a crystal, nice crystal here. You can get a stone, or you can get maybe an ornament or something that you like. I mean, I used to use this exercise with the Buddha and rub his belly or his head, you know. Some people do that. And you can also use things outside in the garden. And I'll get to that in a minute and show you how maybe you could use it that suits you best, okay? Does anybody remember kissing the Blarney Stone? Well, I haven't actually done it myself, but in Cork, quite a few people go to Ireland and they want to kiss the Blarney Stone. So it's a stone that was used. You can look it up and find out the history. But basically, it's kind of a good luck, gift to the gab kind of stone. So people were using it for intention a long time ago and still do. They still go there and they look up this stone as a part of a castle, and they kiss this stone and they believe it to be magic. They believe it's going to help them to be more eloquent, to get more, done with verbally, whatever they want to do. There's a nice little story that goes with it, but I'll let you look that up yourself. But basically, it's all about intention. So they would intend anyone that's gone up there to do it, and they're still doing it now, by the way, but anyone that does this, they are intending that they are going to have good luck or whatever they're focused on. And because they've done an action, as I'm always saying, it actually makes your brain believe that something different is going on. You can fool your brain with that. You can have an intention opposite to what's going on around you. And because you believe it, because you're mindful of that, you have a good chance of intending that and expecting that. And the more people do it, or the more times you use an exercise, the more you're going to trust and believe in it. Therefore, it becomes easier and easier to see a result. Very good. So if anyone wants to look that up, it's actually really good. You can use this intention yourself, but you don't have to go to Cork to do this. You can do it yourself with an object, an item at home that you have that's more personal. You might ask why we're doing it. Well, we're doing it because sometimes life gets in the way. There's too much going on, and we have this problem or that problem, and before we know it, we can get a bit too much in our heads. We can be worn down by it, to be honest. And so you need to be able to have a light-hearted escape from that, something that takes you away from how much you're thinking about something. So, before I went on a journey, for instance, when I first started getting out and traveling around and experiencing new spiritual stuff, etc., a few years back, I remember I wanted to go, but a part of me was a little bit fearful or a little bit insecure because, it's a new thing, and quite often we all do this. We go towards something we want, but something inside is going, oh, must make sure it's okay. Well, I remember before every journey, I would go up to my little Buddha on the table, quite a big Buddha actually, and I'd rub his belly, and I'd imagine that is going to be good luck for me, and the whole journey would be fantastic. What a lovely journey, how good it's going to be. And that's what I just imagined that was going to happen. And every time I went away, I did the same thing. And some people might say it's OCD, but it was just a routine of intention. I mean, okay, if I had gone out the door and I hadn't rubbed his belly or done that action, I would just imagine I'd have done it, which have the same thing. But I did it tangibly. It's a good thing to do. And I would do it before I left. And each time I went on separate journeys, I would do it because it made me feel in somewhat that I could control what I was ordering, cosmic ordering, what I had in my consciousness. And for me at the time, it really worked. I don't do it so much now, but I did used to. I do it with my little stone that someone gave me, a beautiful crystal now. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not in this light. It looks white, but it's actually lots of colours. And somebody gave me this, and a friend of mine, and I absolutely love it. So I use this as my new touchstone. I don't use a Buddha anymore in the other room. I use this. So if I want a magic day, or if I want a day that's going to, I don't know, something good's going to happen today, because it takes your emotional balloon off the ground when you start to imagine that anything is possible. And it stops you from worrying as well. Stops you from, on a subconscious level, shutting down your base chakra. That's what worry does. It shuts this one down. And you don't know if you're worried about something, but you can guarantee it's anything changing or anything you're going to do that's different or change will definitely shut that down. So just in case you're worried about any new projects or things you're doing, then maybe you could get this idea and get a stone of your own, and I call it touchstone. So what you're doing with this is you're intending something good for you. Now with me, I was intending to be safe, and I was going to have lots of good luck and nice experiences on my journey. That's what I intended. And so if I use it now, it might just be I want something lovely to happen, or I have an easy day or something, you know, or my day is beautiful. I meet beautiful people or something, anything you want for that day. So it can be something you change every time, or it could be something you just keep for that reason. This is my lucky stone, you know, whatever. You don't have to kiss it, by the way. So you can have something as tiny as this, or you can have something a bit bigger. Now, what I do with my clients is I ask them to, and there are quite a few people who've had lovely results with this, but I ask them to pick something either out in the garden or in the house that they like, that they could use as their intention stone. They're a bit like, this ties in beautifully with the easy button that I did a short time ago. I'm just trying to find where that is. The easy button is a lovely talk I did, and that kind of ties in beautifully with this one, to be honest with you. And if you were to push the easy button, that's number 22 on my website, on my Nan Talks. And that was dated the 5th of the 7th. So if you look that up, it actually goes quite nicely with this, doesn't it? Nice. So, okay. So what do I use now? Yes, basically I tell my clients to use larger objects. Maybe they've got a big post of granite in their garden, or maybe they've got a side of a stone wall that they've got in the back garden, you know, like a little shed. And I've got one lady doing that, and I've asked both people actually, to place their hand on this object and just to draw around it, to draw around their hand. So it's their hand on their object, and this is their lucky stone or whatever they want it to be. And they love that idea. And one woman sent me a picture of it, and it was lovely to see the hand outline on her stone, that every time she goes past it, she's going to put a hand on it, and it's going to be what they call in psychology an external context cue. That means something on the outside is making you feel something on the inside, okay? So she's going to use that to, every time she touches it, it's going to be for happiness or good luck or creativity, one lady's using it for, because she goes into this building where she wants to do paintings and sculptures and things. So she wants it for creativity. So every time she touches it, this is her mindful intention. And your brain is listening. Your 97% is listening to what you're instructing it to do. Now, your conscious 3% is going to say, yeah, right, it might not work or whatever. But your brain believes you. And while you're doing that, you are helping your body to be in a happier place. You're expecting that. So you're going to help your solar plexus area here, because you're doing an action that's going to make you feel in control. It's going to also make you feel quite safe. And that's what I used it for, so that I could feel safe wherever I went. Consequence of those two being open, for example, would be very good for your main battery to keep you well, and your immune system to keep you well. But also, another one that affects really nicely is your brain. Because you've set the intention, you're no longer allowing that thought in there. Am I going to be okay? Or is it going to be a good day or whatever? You've just expected it to work, which is exactly what you want. So if you expect it to work, by the law of attraction, if you do that for a couple of seconds, maybe, 17 seconds is what it takes. But if you do that, then you're setting a strong intention. And by the law of attraction, you're more likely to get what you are focused on. So it can't do you any harm, you know. Somebody said to me, what happens if I don't get it? Well, at least while you've done this exercise, you're trying to train your brain to act in a certain way, more positive, create more pathways, positive pathways in your brain. And you're helping with that thought of anything's possible or good feelings that you're putting in that you expect to have. Then you are actually helping your body's energies in those areas I've just mentioned. So it helps those areas to work properly. You know, they'll help, you'll feel safer on whether you like it or not, whether it's happened or not, you'll still feel that feeling before you achieve it. And those feelings in you'll feel in control, you feel more safe, you feel happier, and you'll feel more mindful. Nothing wrong with that. So this is what I used it for. And I've told I've asked my clients to do this, and they're giving me some lovely feedback that when they go past, there's their reminder. There's an outline of the hand and they do it on there. Now, you don't have to do this with yourself. You don't have to put, but why not? If you had a large rock or something that you had in the garden, or you've got a large stone, or you've got something in the house that you could possibly do this with, just to remind you, why not put your hand image on it? Or just have something like I had, and I had it in vision all the time, so I could just touch it before I went out the door. And that was quite nice for me. So it's got lots of different ways you can use this. As I say, it's good for you, good for your body, good for your mind, and it's good for the law of attraction, okay? As I say, it links very nicely with the other exercise I've got about push the easy button. So you could do that as well. I mean, that's just, the easy button is just for an easy day. And that's just something to relieve you of the pressure of life. But this is something else. You could use this for if you had a lack of something in your life. So if you had a lack of money, it could be your abundance stone, okay? Every time I touch this, I get money, or I get whatever it is you feel is abundance to you, okay? It could be a good health stone. Now that's a nice one. Supposing you had, I don't know, you've been suffering in some way with your health, you might think this stone is my good health stone. A bit like when they kiss the Blarney stone, they expect gift of the gab, good luck. Why not program your intention into something just by touching it? Because when you do an action, your brain believes you, your body reacts, okay? So this could be good luck, creativity, it could be safety, like I used it for. And I used it for magic days as well. I wanted it to be something great happens today. I used it for that. It could be for confidence. It could be for courage. What is it you're lacking, or you feel that you might need more of? Then put the opposite of that in there. So if you need courage and you haven't got it, put it in here. If you need abundance, if you need good health, if you need love, this could be love. Everyone, you know, needs a bit of love. So I've never put that on my list here to share with you, but that's a good thing. You could say, every time I touch this, I feel love for myself, and everyone else shows me love. Wouldn't that be nice? That's good for your immune system, by the way, if you do that keyword. Love is really good. So if you want to message me and you don't know quite what to put into your stone, or to imagine that stone is giving you, then just message me on my email address, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, or on here. If you're listening on YouTube, then please like, subscribe and share, because I want to get this out. And of course, as I say before, go to my website. You can pick up, you can talk to me on there, or you can pick up any of the talks in the workshops, not workshops, the meditations I've done. I used to do a lot of workshops, but I've run out of time. I've ended up doing more of these. But yeah, so you can look up my free meditations. They're very good for you. They all are color coded as well. So they all basically are a tonic for the whole body, but they are geared for, they're actually made up for certain areas of your body. So that's very nice. And you can always share those. But the talks are very good, as I say, and they're all going to benefit you in some way. I do mention every time I do a talk which area of the body it's for, and so you might be interested to have a little play around with that. Okay, so yeah, how about you just have a stone or a crystal or a large rock, and you just have that with your new intent that you're going to give to yourself. What are you lacking? What do I need? It'd be great if I had this in my life. Well, let's have that. If it's romance, if you want romance, this is going to attract romance into my life. Whatever you think, whatever you want. It's a lovely concept, and it does work. Well, it worked for me. It works for lots of people I know have tried it. And the people that have been out in the garden doing their hands, very sweet. What a lovely idea. They got all excited about doing that, because when they did it, they said, look, it feels like something good is going to happen. My hand fits into my image. And they were really happy. They just love going out in the garden. And every time one woman goes and hangs her washing out, she touches her stone. Why not? If you haven't got a garden, as I say, do something indoors. You can have anything you like. I've got people doing this in lots of different ways, but it is good to have something, if you can. It could be a statue, it could be an angel, it could be anything you like that you feel is important to you, that has some kind of, I don't know, you want to touch it. That's what it's got to be. You've got to want to touch it. So if it's a bit of lovely granite shining in the sun outside, or whatever it is you have, you'll want to touch that. And we are very, we love connecting to energy. We love connecting to stone. And so if you want to, as I say, put your hand image on it. And you could actually have the whole family do this. If it's a large pillar of stone, you could have little hands on it. And they can make their wishes as well. This could be your wish stone. How lovely for the children to have an idea of what they want. It's a bit like making a wish when you blow a candle out. So I hope that you can do this. It would be lovely if you did. I'm looking here to see if I've forgotten anything. No, I haven't. This is all very good. You've just got to think what you would like, what's missing. If you don't know what you'd like, what's missing from your life? And don't be afraid to focus on it. That's the other thing. A lot of people are afraid to have what they actually want because they haven't had it for so long, or they've had that lack for so long that they don't trust if they had it. Well, it can't hurt to do this. It's really good for your body. It's good for your mind. And it's good to value yourself with that. Your inner child needs to have a feeling that something good can happen. He needs hope. And this kind of helps to give you that feeling of hope, which, by the way, is good for your throat. So if you have this feeling of something good can happen when I touch that, it is a very strong intention. And the more you use it, the more it's going to feel like it's worked. The more you expect it to work, the more you're calling it to work by the law of attraction, and the more benefit you're going to feel to your body and mind. So this is a lovely exercise to use, very practical. It's a tangible thing. You touch it, lovely. So if any of you want to join me on my Tea with Nan, I do that on Facebook at 12 o'clock most Mondays, unless something gets in the way. But normally it's 12 o'clock. And what I do on there is I share my Nan talks with different people about whatever they need. I've got them all in this little book. So things I've done so far, and I prescribe them to you. It's an interactive thing. So if you have something going on, an ache or pain or problem, emotion, that you think, I'd like to get over that, I'd like to feel better from that, then just come on and say hi and I'll prescribe one to you. If not, just have a listen, or listen to some of the things I'm going to be talking about in the next Tea with Nan, the informal discussion on a Monday, is going to be about the solar plexus area. That's any imbalance in this area here. So if you have an imbalance physically, you have a lot of emotions in there as well. But if you have anything in there that you need to address with me, then join me on Monday at 12 o'clock, or catch them up on my blog as such on my website. So next week's talk I'm going to record and put on here is all about a placebo pill. It's all about how when we fool our mind with a sugar pill, we can actually make something else happen. We can cause a different effect. Whatever, again, it's a bad intention, and there's a lovely story going to go with that when I talk about that next week. But it is very important that we use any emotional tool, if you like, to try and keep ourselves well. And I have about 70 tools that I will be airing and sharing on here from the book I'm writing, The Choice is Mine. And so far I've got up to about 32, I think. So just over halfway. Before halfway, so what I'm talking about. So basically, there's going to be a lot more of these Nan talks with different angles of how you can stay well in different areas of your life. So the placebo pill, I call it the Magic Alice pill, from Alice in Wonderland. Really fun. It's great. I've got people taking their normal vitamins with different intentions that's going to help fool their subconscious to create a different effect. It's really good to use the power of your own mind to help you stay well and to recover from illness, etc. So if you're interested in that one, that should be next week. So keep coming on here or looking on my website, and you'll find it there if you miss me live. So I hope this has been helpful. I love doing it. So have a little list of, or think about what you'd like, and use an item, a stone, something you love, an image to connect to that intention. This is my Blarney stone. If you want to look it up, as I say, look it up on YouTube. There's a nice story that goes with that. So yeah, Kiss the Blarney stone. It's quite funny to watch, but well, some of the bits I've watched. So I hope you're all well. Stay well until I see you again next week. Let me know how you get on with this, and I can help you if you struggle, or if you don't know what you want, I can tune into you. I can help create what that stone can mean for you. Okay? Well, namaste, everybody. Lots of love. Give yourself a big hug from me. And thank you for being here. Blessings to everybody. Lots of love. And I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.